Well, it looks like we're at a tipping point now. After the attacks that Iran put on last night and Israel's reaction coming, the world is at a tipping point. We're going to go more towards peace, more towards war. Well, let's talk about that here. I'm Seth, and this is Everyman Prepping. And we're going to go through some video of what the attacks looked like last night, some of the damage. Then we're going to go into, well, what is the Israel saying? What is U.S. saying? What is the reaction going to be? Should there be a reaction? And then what is coming on from the Iranian side as well about if Israel decides to, well, have a response to this attack. So, and we'll talk about what that all means to us, what we need to look out for. But basically, like I said, we're at a tipping point, and there's decisions going to be made in the next few days as to if we go more towards a peaceful, calmer resolution, or if we're going to escalate into a broader war, or regional war, or World War III. So we shall see. Let's go ahead and start this up really quick here, and we're going to see as we look here. This is kind of a roll-up of the amount of munitions, what was fired. There's, it's basically 185 drones, 36 cruise missiles, 110 surface-to-surface missiles. They're presuming ballistic. This has generally been the numbers that are put out by anybody being out there. You can see it's about 150 total missiles, whether they're cruise or ballistic. We're going to say about 150 is what they shot off. Also, as we go through this, please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this. We'd love to have you. Ring that bell for notifications, all that great stuff. So now what Israel is saying is, and what Biden is also saying is, this is a win for Israel. They shot down 99% of the munitions. That's the word going out. It's kind of Ukraine-esque, where they say they shoot down all Russian missiles. Well, they're saying they shot down 99% of the incoming missiles. Well, like I said, there's 150, 99%. So what, 2 got through? That's what they're saying. That's why they're calling it a win. You didn't hurt us, only 2 got through. Well, let's look at some video, then we'll talk more about this. So that's what they're saying is, only 2 got through, it's a win. Biden's saying that because, hey, Israel, you don't need to really do anything now. We can calm it down. You don't need to respond because you won this. Iran didn't do much damage to you. You shot down everything. That was their best shot. A lot of people are saying that. I don't believe that at all. A lot of people are saying that was Iran's best shot. Don't believe that for an instant, based on what we've seen of their tunnels, what they have dug in and everything. But propaganda is propaganda. You're going to see it from all over. But let's look at some video here ourselves. This first video here is, incoming missiles going over the Temple Mount and the mosque there. Pretty amazing sight. Not amazing, wow, cool. It's just amazing it's happening in the world that we're living in. You have that many missiles flying over the Temple Mount. Pretty amazing. We don't see any impacts here. I just bought it because it was a pretty, amazing video to see. Next video, though. Well, we're going to go through this one, and we're going to see, is there more than 2 impacts? Is there just 1 impact? Let's see. It starts over here. So, well, we got 1 impact already. And, here comes the second one. You can see 1 taken out up there. That's 2 impacts already. And so we're already, at the limit that Israel said got through. And we're going to see more, of course. That's when we get to this video. Well, there's another one. This is a different part of Israel, and there's another one. So we're up to 3 impacts. You see how much more coming in. 1 got taken out, but obviously that'd be 4, probably 5. So, obviously, more than 1% got through, the attacks, so, that's just propaganda. Israel's going to say we shot them all down. Iran's going to say more got through. Obviously, more got through. And to prove that point, we even have, word coming out that, Iran had great precision in some of the missiles. They hit 2 air bases where they thought a lot of the launches come from when they, hit that, their embassy in Syria. And it was the, let me look at my notes here. Nevatim Air Base and the Ramon Air Base. They were both hit. And this one here, I'll just read off real quick to you. It says, according to U.S. senior officials last night, large-scale Iranian attack against Israel resulted in minor damage to 2 air bases in southern Israel, with 5 Iranian medium-range ballistic missiles said to have struck in and around the Nevatim Air Base, causing damage to a C-130 transport aircraft and an unused runway and whatnot. And it says an additional 4 missiles. So here we're emitting 9 missiles already. So, we're well above that 1% getting through point. But anyway, so we're, 4 missiles struck another base. And then we'll go through this and see, yeah, here's a big hole in the ground, Like I said, the damage wasn't great. I haven't heard about any actual casualties or loss of life. That might be keeping up well under the radar, might be getting hidden. I don't know. But it's very interesting that we haven't heard about it. Let's play this video for you really quick. This is the repair of the runway that's going on because, the missiles hit. So some of the Iranian missiles, very well targeted. Well, I wouldn't say very well, but they hit the airbase. Did they cause damage to airfield? A little bit minor, but they did get through. So the Iron Dome, Iron Dome, the other air defense they have in Israel. It's not foolproof. It's not 100%, which then Iran can claim as a win. So they can claim that as a win as well. And, if both sides, when you're doing a mediation or negotiation, if you have a win-win for both sides, you can usually come to a peaceful resolution where both sides can go away from the table feeling like they won and everything calms down. I think that's what we'd be looking for here. I don't think we're going to get that way. We're going to talk about that. Here's a couple more holes in the ground. This is actually from the IDF site here. It says hundreds of launches, only a few missiles penetrate the territory of the state of Israel, causing minor damage to infrastructure. And they mentioned the base again. And this is a road somewhere. So, you even got some of the official news coming out of Israel saying there was a little bit of damage. But then we have this coming out. So then what's the reaction going to be? This is from Iran Observer. They have a lot of intel within Iran. It says Iran's Supreme National Security Council has approved a tenfold increase in the magnitude of airstrikes against Israel if Netanyahu decides to escalate the situation further. And that, so they're going to shoot 1,000 ballistic missiles. You're going to see this word going out too, that half the missiles didn't launch. They said they launched 150. They're saying 50%, was stuck in the tube, didn't launch, crashed before they got there. I once again think that's BS. I'm sure there were some misfires, always happens, but 50% is a pretty high rate. I think Israel's putting that out there, once again, to claim victory. That's how they're saying they won, because, Iran's equipment is poor and malfunctioned. I don't believe it for an instant, but that's what they're saying. Because people are saying, if they shot 1,000, 500 will only make it here. And then the most recent thing I have here is that from an Israeli official, where it says breaking, no plan of attack. Does that mean they're not going to? No, it means what says here, Israel's war cabinet meeting ended Sunday without a decision on how Israel will respond to the Iranian attack. The cabinet is determined to respond, but is yet to decide on the timing and scope. So let's talk about this. It happened. Right now they both, if you had a good mediator, would claim it's a win for both sides and we could de-escalate at this point. First you start off, Israel killed 7 people in an embassy in Syria, so Iranians, basic sovereign territory. Basically, that was a declaration of war. Then you have Israel saying that this is a declaration of war for Iran because they attacked last night. So both sides claim that. Now, going away, they both can say they win. Israel still throwing out that 99% number, saying that half the missiles failed. They didn't really cause any military damage, no casualties. So that's a win for Israel. Iran, on their side, they can say, we defeated the air defense system, we fought back, we damaged some of their stuff, we damaged an aircraft, we win. If both sides win, maybe we could de-escalate this. U.S., is also pushing that they're not going to help out in the response. They're saying, this is a win for Israel. And, let's kind of back off. And that's where it could stay. It could go down from there. But I don't think cooler heads will prevail. I just don't. I think Israel is going to strike back. This kind of gives them the chance they've been waiting for to go after the nuclear stockpiles, the nuclear refineries, the nuclear laboratories within Iran, to bring that down, to bring their infrastructure down. This gives them what they feel as the right to do that, and they might just take that opportunity. And that's why you have, Netanyahu's probably talking with Biden, seeing if the U.S. will support, if the U.S. will get in the way, if they'll, provide any, supply and fuel and supply support, because you got to fly planes from quite a distance. I don't know if Israel has the missile capability to reach Iran like Iran does to Israel. I don't know if they have that. I know they have nukes. I don't know what their ballistic missile capability is. Can they get a nuke to Israel on a missile, or does it have to be brought there by plane? On an F-35 or something. I don't know. But when you fly in planes that far, you're gonna need refueling and all that. So maybe that has to be worked out. But Iran has a great air defense. They have the S-300s, 400s. They might be close to getting the S-500s from Russia. I'm sure that, that's, we'll probably take out some planes and everything. Who knows? But I think there is going to be a response from Israel. This is what the chance they've been waiting for, to go in there. And I don't think they'll let cooler heads prevail. They'll go in, and that's why Iran put out the statement that if you do, we're going to have a 1,000-fold response. We're going to fire back. And they will escalate. This is the chance the world has to calm this area down. I just don't see it happening. Put in the comments below what you think will happen. Do you think we tip towards more war? Does Iran go in there, start bombing? Not Iran. Does Israel go into Iran, start bombing nuclear sites, facilities, infrastructure, the grid, trying to take it down? And then does Iran beef it up and attack once again? Maybe get other parties involved, maybe get other countries involved. And do we just spiral out of there into an uncontrollable Middle East, World War III, join in with Ukraine, and let, for the heck of it, why don't we just get China involved in Taiwan at the same time? So I think that's where we're at right now. That's what I wanted to bring it to you. Love to hear your comments below, what you think will happen next. Where do you think we go from here? What do you think about the Iranian response, the Israeli response, and, just what's going on? So that's all I have for you. Hope you're enjoying the weekend. Hope you got some good prepping done. You've been outside, got some gardening, hunting, fishing, defense training, whatever it is. On a side note here at the very end, I just saw a crazy video from North Carolina. A guy tried to stop a carjacking. He was armed. It wasn't his car. Good Samaritan type thing. He went up to try to, looks like, stop a commercial vehicle from being stolen. He actually fired in the vehicle like 4 or 5 times. Completely missed everything for some reason. So the guy in the vehicle backed up, and and the Good Samaritan wasn't paying attention, and the guy that backed the truck up, he ran him over high speed, and he ran him over and killed the guy. People are going mad. People are going a little crazy. So you got to keep your head on a swivel out there. If you're going to be that Good Samaritan, make sure you have the training, the skills, and made that right decision on what you're going to do with that weapon, because you don't know how it's going to turn out. Also, on a side note, I saw Civil War yesterday. I have thoughts on that. I got to do a video on that. I don't know how many of you also saw it. I'd love to hear your comments on that as well, but I'll do a video on that because I think I have a take. They're saying the journalists were the heroes in that one. Focus on them. I got a different opinion on what was being portrayed by the journalist and what the director, I think, was getting at. I have a different take, I think, than you're going to see. So I got to still do that video. I'll get that out in a little bit, and we'll see. But until next time, keep your ear to the ground and head on a swivel.